Greetings to the world and happy Friday. It's the Bakers once
Hello.
again.
Hello.
Coming to you live on Facebook. Hope everybody had a good week, productive week, safe week. Um, how was your week, babe?
The week was wonderful. How was
Was
yours?
it?
It was tiring, but it was
I
good.
don't know if we had the same week. As the dog just said, there's been a lot of things going on.
Always a lot of things going on.
So we had intended to come on tonight and talk about big families.
Which we
Right?
still are.
Yeah, we might, but then there's a lot of big family stuff that's come up that's kind of made me reflect on who could we possibly talk to with as much of a big family perspective as us. We have 9 children.
We do.
9.
We do.
And they all live with us. Every last
From 22 to 3.
precious one of them. And we've spent some of today dealing with some domestic, what do we call them? Domestic offshoots, consequences of having all of your children from college age down to toddler age.
Oh, just
living
having
with
a
you.
big family, it's always
We
something
got college
going
in
on.
our house. We got college in our
Just
house.
always something going
I think
on.
I might leave it at that. We got college going on in our house.
I think that's
Tonight, though, we thought we get a lot of interesting questions, don't we, babe?
we do.
When people find out how many children we have and what are the scale of our family, well, they say a lot of the same things.
Yes.
God bless you being one of them.
Yes.
Why did you guys do that? Like, are you Mormon? Are you?
Yes.
Is it religious?
And do you
Is
have twins?
Are there any multiples? I mean,
Only
I think it's a
multiples,
natural
right?
question.
Oh.
What does your grocery bill look like? People tend to get real familiar when they hear something about you that's just kind of different. And I think big families go through that a lot. So tonight, we're going to talk about big families. We're going to bring on a guest who has a big family of her own. But we're going to invite you to ask us anything. Ask us anything you'd like to know about having 9 kids, all living with you,
Yes.
all the time, in quarantine.
Why you gonna say it like that? Yes,
In
9
times of
kids
COVID.
in times of COVID.
I went to the school the other day to pick up the distance learning packages for the various
because
children.
I will be homeschooling them
for the
for the first marking period.
first marking period at least, because I mean there's no telling when this stuff is going to quiet down or when it'll actually be safe for people to return to their day-to-day.
And we cannot afford a family of our size
lives.
getting sick.
But when I went to the middle school / elementary school, and we have 5 of them in there right now, I had to get a box. I couldn't even walk out with my little packet like most people. I had to have a box. Like I just gone to Costco or something with my kids' learning supplies and some things in my pockets. So that was an experience for me. So yeah, we are a sizable family, and we have someone else on the line who has a fairly sizable family. Should we bring her on right now?
We
or
should.
Do we want to tee her up at all, or let's bring in Nakia. Let's bring Nakia on. Nakia, happy Friday! Greetings and blessings to you, and thank you for being here with us. So we're talking about big families. We are 9, so we're a family of 12. 9 plus us plus the dog. Wait. 9 plus us plus the dog.
13. Yes.
13, okay. 9 plus 2 plus the dog. That's 12. That's 12. How big a ship are you sailing in?
4. I have 4, but we're on the spectrum of low income, somewhat middle class, and technically, because of our household, the standard is for us to be making a year is about 60,000.
Okay.
We're nowhere near that. We're 27,000 a year.
Wow. How do you do it?
Well, I mean,
budgeting.
I appreciate you being like so open and honest. We're not here to get in your business. We're not here to get
No. It's fine. I mean, if I don't want to answer, then I can always say pass, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. So 4. So I consider you over the threshold of like those regular mortal parents. People that got under 3 kids, they don't get it.
Yeah, they can't understand.
Once you pass 3, I say, okay,
right.
You people who got less than 3 kids, you are parenting in the way we remember. Yeah. Like, you're preparing everybody's lunch and you're getting everyone's clothes together and you're checking homework like my mother did. I'm one of 3. Once you pass 3, you're running a small organization. Like you're responsible for getting those 2 to the bus. You're responsible for making sure those ones get their peanut butter jelly. This is the CEO right here.
Right.
I'm like, I'm somewhere on the board, I hope, but we all report to mom, and she runs quite the ship.
He's the
So-
CFO. What are you talking about? He's the CFO.
and the janitor sometimes.
And the janitor. Yeah.
Yeah, mom can be everywhere, all the above.
Exactly. Exactly. Can't be everywhere all the time.
I was on janitor duty today. My daughters made me promise not to talk about cleaning out the garage, but I'm still a little salty about it. So I'm going to say I was cleaning out a garage, and I was dealing with some fairly nasty stuff because people weren't always doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah,
But I'll
I
leave
have
it at that.
had that. Yes,
I'll leave it at that. My wife doesn't like
I know.
certain,
I know what you mean.
So talk to us about your ship, or about your four. What do people ask you? What do people ask you all the time that you kind of tired of people asking you about?
Are you on social services spectrum? Like, do you have food stamps? Or are you on government assistance? Yeah. And the sad point is, I technically make too much to even get any help.
There is kind of a presumption about. First off, like the care of your children. So we take care of our kids. We have 9 of them. They all live with us, and no one's supporting anything. But there is a presumption, like you have so many, so I must be paying for you with my tax dollars. And there's like these kind of stereotypes.
Or the look of your kids not looking a certain way, so you're poor.
Or maybe look at my kids and they don't want us to be. They don't want so many of us.
Yeah.
Or
here comes that big family. They're not going to give us no tip face. Yeah.
So that's something people ask you about, and that's kind of rude for people. I think it's rude for people.
Very rude.
What do people get confused? What do people get wrong? I'll tell you what people get wrong. When I tell them they have 9 kids, they think, you must be like, the baby mama. Like, no, just my wife.
Well, I'm going to get you on this
one. 9 kids.
With my 2 oldest, they're the same age for a month. So I get, are they twins?
We have that too.
Right. And so the older I get when I say they're not twins. Oh, then you was just doing, don't just assume I was just doing, no. Not that don't always happen.
I never think it like that, but he always says people have to think it like that. I'm like, I hope they don't think
they
that.
think, you had to have had like triplets.
People forget that sometimes birth control don't work. It could be something simple like that.
Tell me about it.
Had birth control fail.
I think I have some class action lawsuits with my name on it, or at least I'm owed some money by a couple of pharmaceutical companies that
to birth control for me. Doctors don't explain it properly. When it comes to birth control, they tell you, it does this and this, but they don't sit there and say, hey, just in case, what medication are you on? And if you're on new medication, please call me, let me know. So that way I can keep you informed. That way, if you are on new medication, then guess what? I want you to use protection for the next 2 weeks or a month or whatever. They don't do that.
I think I could say, can I say? I think we've beaten in a fair and square pretty much every method of birth control at least once.
Oh my goodness.
We haven't met the birth control. We can't.
We've had beaten.
Go right.
Two.
Yeah.
The depot shot did not work for us.
Right.
So for me whatsoever.
Okay.
We're potent people. What can I say? I don't know. But I see we have another guest in the queue who might be coming on to ask us something. Well, let's see what her perspective is. It's Joannie. Hey, Joannie. Happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday.
Oh, I like your little circular movement.
Hey.
Yes, I am. That's not good. Hey, hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
We're good.
So we're talking big family business here, Joannie. We're talking about the ins and outs and ups and downs of being a prolific procreation engine, but having a lot of kids. Okay, people look at you kind of funny. There's some interesting reactions that happen sometimes, some visceral reactions when I tell them how many children I have. So sometimes, so men, they look at me like a pity face. 9 kids, like, oh, there's kind of
Mhm.
Women, I say have 9 kids, and they go, oh, they kind of like, wait, no, I'm not gonna touch you. I'm not gonna make you have children by looking at me. It's just like you just must be that guy. If I look at you too long, I too will have 9 kids. It doesn't work like that way, quite.
Doesn't quite work that way.
Not quite.
I think what I get is you don't look like you have 9 kids. A lot of people think I'm lying. If I say I have
What does
9
a
kids,
person with 9 kids look like?
I always ask them, what does a person with 9 kids look like? Because this is what it looks like. I don't know what they're assuming it looks like, but this is what it looks like right here. At least in New Jersey,
I think a person with 9 kids usually look a mess. They don't have their hair done. They're obese. Looking very tired all the time. That's what they're expecting you to look like.
I am tired majority of the time.
So you're talking about me.
I'm still, yeah, look, you're talking about.
But you don't look it. You don't look it. You always look beautiful. You always make sure you look beautiful.
You're so
You're
sweet.
Too kind.
You're too kind. But that's the thing. It's like that sounds like a woman depressed and frustrated with 9 kids. That's what it sounds like. And anybody who commits to having that many children have to had wanted to that many children. You know, you don't have that many children by accident. That is for sure.
Well, we have to get into that.
I don't think.
But first of all, I've seen people with 1 kid who look absolutely bedraggled and tired and just beaten. It's like you got 1 kid, man. Come on. That's the reverse prejudice, I think. When you have a lot of kids, you look at people with a few kids and it's like, really, the 2 of them are really just driving you nuts. Really, try 9.
They don't drive us crazy. Right. They get in our moods every once in a blue, just like any other family.
So Joanne, you have two sets of experts here. You have 3 experts here on big families. Is there anything you'd like to ask us about how we make it work? Nakia's pulling magic out of her hat. We're pulling bunnies out of every which way. Is there anything you want to ask us? Anything you wonder about us? And you know us pretty well.
Or if anybody's watching, please leave a comment. Is there any questions you want to ask us on how we take care of such a big family in the COVID time right now? or even before. Why we have such a big family, right?
Well, ironically, I've seen the magician at work, so you know I'm biased.
The magic man over there. Oh my goodness.
I've worked behind the stage, you know.
Right.
What did you see? I hope. No,
she's saying that this is our children's grandmother. So she's saying that she
full disclosure.
Right.
Full disclosure.
Right. So not that she was in the room. No.
Heavens no. Heavens no.
She wasn't in the room. Jojo had me cracking up. I'm behind the scenes. You're too funny.
So Nakia, we were having a conversation just before we went on because we were seriously derailed by some things that were just going on in life and having to bring some kids back.
When you have a lot of kids, it happens.
Yes, ma'am. So tell me, how do you feel? So reflecting back on when we were kids,
mm-hmm.
How do you think parents of today compare in terms of how they go about it, maybe what they're up against, but speak to me about that. I feel like parents are going, I'm not gonna color the conversation, but yes, please.
Okay, I'm gonna try to be not so colorful, but
you can be as colorful as you like.
I was saying the other day, I don't understand somewhere between our moms, us, and the generation was like a little gap. And those kids having kids, I can't, whatever that generation is, I just want to take them. I just want to take them. Because their kids interacting with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I want to whoop their ass, excuse me. Like, because it's the stupid things that they do and their mannerisms. Like, they cuss like sailors, and I'm like, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then sad thing is the parents don't have no proper training. Like they do have proper training, excuse me. They have proper training, but then they didn't teach their kids. So then it reflects with my kids. So like my son came home I had to make a rule. He started using big words. And I said, look, if you can't spell it, if you can't give me the definition, you can't use it.
I
Okay.
like that.
And
I
one
like that.
day, somebody made him mad at the rec center, and I heard him use a cuss word. I brought him back and I popped him off and I put soap in his mouth. And I said, you're
Old
not allowed
school.
to rec center no more. Because I refused to. Even though in my family, cussing was like you're adult. If you can't pay no bill in this house, you're not cussing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't mind if you step, hit your foot or whatever. You like, but I mean a full blown sentence. You better not say a full blown sentence in my house.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I see these kids, 5, 6 years old, telling my mommy, "Fuck you and did it, you."
I wouldn't be alive. I remember when I
Mm-mm.
was introduced to the big words. You mentioned the rec center. So I didn't
Right.
hear. My parents were not. My parents were like the way they spoke around us was like Captain Kangaroo. My father especially. He
Okay.
he made up words to replace curse words. So especially with driving, my father would get a little bit of road rage, but he'd be like, "Oh, you doohickey, you
Right.
joker
Right.
bagger!" Like
Okay.
when
Okay.
I my first day of public school, when I
Okay.
went to school with them little kids, oh, I heard some words. I came home and I
Right.
think I wrote down in the back of my notebook all the new words that I heard. I'm trying to spell them because I was a little geek, so I was like,
Yeah.
I'm trying. What is that?
Right.
How is that? How many F's do you think is in that? But
Oh yeah.
other
Yeah.
kids affect your kids. Now, in
Yes.
addition to other kids, now you got the internet and
Oh yeah.
the world affecting your kids. How do you think? How you feel like that? The openness of the world. It seems like kids now have more access to more things that we
Okay.
have to go and find on the low somewhere, and it's just out there.
Well, the best example I can give you is I gave my daughter her first telephone. She was about 7. The reason
Mm,
why I did it though, because at the time I was running about 10 minutes behind and I was going to miss the bus. And I did. I caught that bus, but I got scared because I was behind it. I saw the bus and I was at a light. So the bus would not let my kids off. But that bus driver knew me well enough. The mom always opens the door when she hears the horn. So she thought, hey, mom might have been stuck in traffic. So she
mm,
said, let me just go around the block and drop a couple of the kids off and come back in 10 minutes. And then I was home. But after that, I got my daughter a cell phone. But also, I made a rule. You cannot just get on the internet. If you're going to get on the internet and do certain things, show me what you're looking at.
mm.
And I don't
Very
want you,
important.
it's certain things you're going to see. And of course, you're going to go, ooh. So, of course, going to click out. But I made it a rule as I got a computer and she got on a computer and cell phone and so
Mm,
forth until she had I think till she was like 12. And then I said, well, I trust you. You know what I mean? I know you don't want to see X, Y, and, Z. So eventually I let her. Now, the boys, on the other hand, I sit there and I have it because we watch horror. So they already like this. So I mean, I have no problem with it. Internet in this house is just Google and YouTube, but I don't worry about it because all they're watching
mm.
is um, anime slash
Hmm.
I'm trying to think of it. What Mr. Beast
Hmm.
and a couple other things.
No
Uh,
Blippi.
Mr. Beast is a guy
My
that
kids are probably young. I got young kids, so I know about
okay.
Blippi and Ryan and his
I
toys
was
and the slime
just
school
I
girls
just
and
learned
the.
about Mr. Beast, and I was like, okay, he's a cool kid. Okay,
Mm,
so but yeah, I give them rope to hang themselves. As soon as I catch it, no. Just like alcohol and all of it. Look, I'd
but you're
rather
on it.
be in
You're
the
on it.
house than outside.
Mm. One thing,
You know
Nikki, I
what I
noticed
mean?
that you made sure that you were on those devices too, and that you knew how to use all of those things because, and that's I think is
And
important.
then yeah, and if I didn't know how to use it, she taught me. I was like, okay, that's how. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought my headphones were gonna work in my laptop. They wasn't working. While y'all was hooking up everything, I was in back like, come on, y'all, come on, because I need. So everybody can hear you. I'm sorry. But yeah.
Okay. It's okay.
So it's almost like we can't afford to be like our parents were, who couldn't even set the VCR. It comes like every wave of technology, the kids are better at using it.
Yeah.
My mother had to ask me to open childproof caps sometimes.
Right.
Like that's just how it would go, right? So
Yeah.
now we have a 6-year-old and 5-year-old. They have phones, Wi-Fi connected only, limited use, but they're on TikTok.
Right.
And TikTok is a
But we got it private.
Yeah,
Their
and TikTok
private.
but
nobody can see.
but them viewing TikTok. Sometimes the songs people make TikToks too.
Yes.
Are not the most appropriate songs.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's like whoa, hey.
Yeah, we have to take care.
Not that.
Like WAP. Me and my daughter listen to it, but I don't like to play it when my sons are in there in the car.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
But certain songs I let them listen to, and some of them I'm like, okay, fast forward.
How old are your kids?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What's the breakdown? Boys and girls.
Boys and girls. How old?
1 girl, 3 boys. 18, 17, 14, and 11.
Nice.
Oh, you got like grown people.
Wow.
Kudos to you. You got them this far and they're all intact.
Yeah,
applause,
and I made a joke because I was like, I was the last one having babies in school. Everybody else is right past me. I was 23 and I had my first child. So I was just like, I'm like the last in the game. I was like, okay.
You passed me. You passed me. Yours is almost done. Mine
absolutely. We have an 18-year-old.
We do.
You guys grew differently from the way I grew up. My parents were they didn't graduate college or anything. I think my mom 3rd grade, and my father 6th grade. The reason being because they live in Puerto Rico, and my mom had to go into the town and become a nanny to help out the family. So it's a different world. So when my mom had me at age 19, pretty much I was her world, and she instilled in me that I had to learn stuff around me because she didn't speak English. So as I grew, I learned both languages at the same time. And then in the house, they never cursed. I didn't know what cursing was until I was in high school, actually, where I had a trusted friend who would tell me what the curses meant. And I taught my mom what the curses meant. So instead of being reversed, I would tell my mom, Mom, you know what the middle finger is? What they're saying to you is saying, go to hell, go to hell. And she was driving when this guy just gave her the finger. And my mom decided that she was going to chase down this guy and drive right next to him, put the window down while I was in the passenger seat, and she goes in her accent, go to hell to you too, go to hell to you too. And I was just mortified. I was like trying to hide underneath the car.
Why is it when we meet people that speak another language, that's one of the first things we ask them is how to say the curse words.
I did it to my daughter. I mean, because I know them, but I want to really be able to say them. And my daughter's like, Ma, as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know. Because my husband is Spanish, but his grandfather did not teach his kids. He said, I came to America. I don't want nothing to do. But it's sad because nobody speaks it. And my daughter's struggling with Spanish now. You know, it's sad.
It's very sad. Yeah. A lot of people that have moved to the States have that belief that not to teach their children Spanish because They want them to blend in faster and so forth, but that's really criminal because if having two languages, they could learn other languages as well and become multilingual.
Mhm.
And it's easier for a child that already has started learning a language to learn other languages.
Yeah,
When they start
Mhm.
as adults, it's harder.
How does that affect how the children are received by their family members and the communities? Like, let's say those kids now try to come back to Puerto Rico. Joanny, how does that affect how they're received by the community when they don't speak the language of
the
Abuela
some
and
people some people could be nice,
Mhm.
you know, and help them out. And other people, like in the States, they'll make fun of them. They'll call them gringos. Oh, look at this guy. Their parents are I don't understand why the parents didn't teach them Spanish and all this stuff. So it goes both ends, you know. So I've seen both ends of the spectrum.
Mhm.
But in Puerto Rico, since a lot of things are in English, it's not as hard. If they go somewhere like Spain or South America, that's where it's rough to really get into the language and build up confidence in the community and so forth because there's less English people.
Beth, do you have anything to add? I know we wanted our son to have a British accent at one point. We thought we were going to go and live in the UK for a year because we wanted little Arthur to have a British accent. That didn't quite work out.
We did want to move to the UK. We did. We really
not quite a different language. But,
so the fact that they can go to the college for free, it was multiple reasons why we wanted to move to the UK. I was not the only one.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're talking
my daughter said Canada because she's like free healthcare in college. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yeah.
So Nakia.
Awesome.
They didn't learn the language. They didn't learn Spanish. But what things have you made sure to teach your kids? Coming from
money,
Okay.
Money and a budget. Because if you can't count your money, you can't do nothing. Because you're gonna get shortchanged. Okay. I taught my daughter going to the corner store. They messed with my daughter. I gave her like a $20 bill. She came back and it was all wrong. I went with her, cussed him out. I said, now I gave my daughter the $20 bill. This ain't nothing but like $7. No, I said, you missing 3. Try it again. And then after that, I got play money. Next time I got paid and I showed her. And then I'm a fast forward. My daughter got bullied and she didn't want to go to school. So she stayed home for middle school and she learned so much that when she hit high school, she did oh God, I can't think of the class 100%. I think it was financing or something. And so the teacher was like, teaching her how to balance the checkbook and what it is to bounce the check and so
forth. Do they still teach that?
Yeah. And so she was like, I know that because my mom had that happen. I know how to do that. My mom showed me. And grocery shopping and the whole thing. And teacher was like, what? And so like now I got to do with my boys. I'm teaching them to cook and everything. But now it's like,
yeah, that's very important.
My daughter's
very important.
Now
I'm teaching me how to cook.
I heard. I heard.
They are.
A little secret with cooking. My aunt told me the best thing to do is start simple with simple seasonings that you already know.
Boiling water. I got that down.
Like salt and pepper.
Are you sure? You sure?
Oh, I boil that
you
water.
Can't go. I'm gonna tell you something. You can't go wrong with salt and pepper, garlic, and Italian seasoning. Simple things like that, and you can do a pot roast. You can do spaghetti, a steak, and you know what I mean. Basic things, and low and slow. Like a crock pot is gonna be your best friend too. Yeah.
In the Hispanic community, adobo is very good and it gives flavor to
get all the
add that to your the condiments.
He doesn't want me to show him how to cook, guys. He doesn't want me to show him. but he wants to do it on his own. So hopefully he takes note of these.
In my
tips
household,
here.
the equivalent of adobo was curry. So
Okay.
my mother's West Indian,
No,
so there
no,
was a
no.
lot of curry
And
involved.
adobo, two
No, no,
different things.
There was
adobo's
a
not
lot of
curry.
involved. No. That would show up in our dishes as frequently. I know adobo is not curry. I'm
Yeah.
saying you had
But
adobo, we had curry. That's what I'm
now I'm
saying.
gonna warn you. I learned something out with the kids being homeschooled. Okay.
Okay.
My 11th grader, I just asked him, I can't remember what the question was. It was something simple, and I had money, but he didn't know his timetables.
Mm.
And it's in sixth
Mm.
grade. And I don't know, matter of fact, I know what it was. I was like, what's 9 times 7? Because my nines, I kind of mixed up a little bit. And so I looked at him like, you should pick it up. And all three kids looked at each other like that's BS, because you know what 9 and 9 is. So this subtracted by 2, like subtract 18. Like, why y'all making it bigger than it is? And my youngest son couldn't do it. So it took him a minute. And I'm like, okay. So I figured it out. And then I looked at money. I'm like, okay, so I had like $320. I had to break down money for him. And he couldn't do it. He couldn't count in 20s to 100.
Mm.
And I was like, oh no.
It's partly a function of how the world works today. I was in a
Yeah.
grocery store today. Now everybody pays with their card, their phone, and whatever.
Right.
Somebody handed the kid. I was in line behind this guy. He handed the kid a paper bill, and the kid looked like he just handed him a bomb. He looked at it like what am I gonna do with this? What am I like? He couldn't figure out the change.
Yeah.
He couldn't figure out anything.
Yeah, because some machines don't do the change anymore. And that's sad.
No, they don't. The education system now is horrible. I remember when I used to study the capitals of each state of in the United States in third grade. I knew how to read third grade. In third grade, I knew how to read ninth grade level. I
Right.
mean, the teachers were really dedicated and they really challenged you and they, they taught you everything.
Yes. So fundamental things. We learned about grammar, punctuation. Like this text generation, there's no period. There's no end to the sentence.
Right.
There's no capitalization half the time. There's
Continuous.
no end to, like,
So
what are you trying to tell me?
did you guys have it in, I think it's in middle school, how to speak properly in public? Did you have I don't know what class it was.
Public speaking.
Yeah. Like,
Boy, they have
you
have to
and
be
how to
prepared.
get ready for an interview or something like that. I had that. And I look at this generation, that gap. And these kids are going into a job interview with jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh, you should
Speak
And
on it.
they're like, yo, I want
Speak
the
on
job.
it.
How you doing?
Shout out to the millennials.
And so my daughter
are
gets
they?
scared because she's like, yes, so how you doing? And she goes from, and I hate to say it like this, she goes from talking very proper, like sounding like she's white. And that's what they call, basically a lot of people be like, you're proper, you're white privilege. And so she talks
That's so sad.
regular. Yes. And so I'm like, Mom, why do you teach me that? I said, well, one, because my mother taught me. She refused for me to use slang all the time. And when I started doing it, she said, don't talk to me like that because I'm not answering you. So I had to act a certain way at home. And then when I was out on about, I was using my slang. And I sometimes, I make jokes about it, but it's sad because people can't go to an interview anymore.
It's true. I've done a lot of interviews in the last couple of weeks, and no one was dressed for an interview.
Yeah.
They were dressed for the gym. They were dressed for the club. They were dressed for bed. One lady had her bedroom slippers on.
Woo.
They were dressed.
What? Oh my God.
They were dressed to be comfortable on their couch.
Right.
They were not dressed to come and see me at an interview. They were not dressed. Now,
Right.
I bring a change
Wow.
of clothes. I'm dressed. Why aren't you
Right.
dressed?
But
our
you know
first
what? My
impression
daughter
is
can't get
always
hired because of it.
you only get to do it one time.
What was that, Nakia?
She can't get hired. She's been on 5 interviews and she has not been hired. And
Mm.
it's sad. And I'm like, what is that? And the thing is, when they ask you a proper question, my daughter, she might make it a little long, but she's trying to give you the proper answer. So what do you want? What do you want? You want a ghetto answer, or do you want the proper answer?
Hmm.
And she doesn't know what to do. She keeps saying, "Mom, Dad, what am I doing wrong?" Because she'll give me the answer. I mean, the question, and then she tells me us how she answers it. But then it's always, "Oh, well, we'll call you back. We'll call you back. We'll call you back."
Hmm.
You know, and it's sad.
It does take some time. It does take some time.
Well,
Unfortunately,
things are
to-
difficult right now, and I mean, in terms of the economy and people trying to get jobs, there are a lot of people out of work. A lot of people out of
Tell
work.
her don't give up. Be persistent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah, and don't change. Continue being the way she is. Is also, you know, what the problem is. Also, is that she's young, and they don't take youth seriously. So she'll find someone that will give her the opportunity. She just can't give up. She has to just keep it going.
the only thing she says is, "I refuse to do fast food."
Okay.
She won't do it because she.
Understood.
She sounds like me as a kid.
But no,
Mother's
it's
like, what's
not.
wrong with
She
that?
said
That's
there's
an honest
nothing wrong
job. I
with
was
it.
like,
Yeah, she
I'm
said
not
there's nothing
Calvin.
wrong with it, but she's seen her boyfriend deal with a couple of places that they overwork them and don't give them the pot, and then they're nasty to them. Or the simple fact is they don't give them no hours. Like literally, you get
Yeah.
hours, but then for the little bit of hours, you work them like a dog. She's like, you're not gonna work me for a dog for $150 every 2 weeks. No.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. Understood. Understood.
So kids are different. They learn. They're getting different cues from society. They're learning different things from. When you're trying to hire young people, companies now they really make things so that they're really trying to make them comfortable. Come as you want to dress. You know, they have expectations about moving up and getting promoted, and it's like, all right, this doesn't just happen. Well, I've been here at least 6 months now. I should be up for promotion. Like, calm down, Skippy. Calm down. Grasshopper, it will come to you. Patience. Things move so fast. I think it's harder for kids now to have patience because there were certain little things that we had to do when we were young. So like if you wanted to go to the movies with your friend, you had to call them, you had to set a time. You had to look in the newspaper to see what time the movie was playing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot that. Wow.
Ultimately, when you had to call up and listen to Welcome to Movie Phone, you had to invest the time, right? If you liked the song, and you had your little 2-track, your little cassette decks, you had to sit there and listen to the radio, waiting for the song to come on, to hit record and play when the New Edition song came on.
Oh yeah.
These kids now can hear any song they want, anytime.
Yep.
They can see virtually anything they want, anytime, right now. I want to see Blippi right now. There he is. I want to see Barney right now. There he is. There's no patience. You can have virtually whatever you want right now. I think that starts to do things for people versus when you have to go through a process or put some work and investment into.
Right.
How did you find you met up with your friends? You didn't have a cell phone.
Oh no.
We had no cell phone.
Didn't have it.
And when you want to talk on the phone, you was laying on the couch like this.
There's a payphone.
We had a pager.
Yeah.
You had a pager.
After 2-way.
You younger than me.
Yeah.
You didn't have.
I
I didn't have a pager. I didn't have a pager until college.
Okay.
No. What?
911.
Shout out to
Come
Paige,
trust
New
the
York.
beeper.
Shout out to Paige,
Hold
New
on.
York Central.
You okay? Oh my God, you okay?
She got things going in the house like that. Like, we got things going on in our house.
He
I
did
love that.
his show.
I love to hear somebody else's house sounding like mine.
Oh, is he all right?
They okay?
Yeah,
You
he's
need to
doing the
step up
hot
for me?
man.
Okay.
Put some
Oh,
ice.
God.
I think that, having to pay dues and having to work for things, just basic things.
Yeah.
Put effort into things.
Yeah.
Build some kind of character, I think. And some of that is missing by the conveniences that they have now.
I agree. But here's the thing. Parents just give their kids whatever they want. Even when I was on the budget. Now let me tell you a little bit about me. Okay. So I'm disabled. And I got hit by a car when I was 10. I actually saved my little cousin's life. I was on the
Oh,
White Horse
wow.
Pike, and my other cousin was on the opposite side of me. Something in my spirit said move to the other side. Next thing I knew, I was on the other side of the pike.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
My
Oh my
femur was
God.
broken. But long story short, one leg is a little longer than the other, so I'm balanced, and my spine's crooked. So over time, me doing fast food and hard labor, I made it worse. So I'm disabled. So my
Mm.
husband makes all the money. So then, um, when I had kids, I found out my kids had delayed speech. All my kids except for my youngest. So
Mm-hmm.
they got disability for the delayed speech. So to be honest, I had three kids and plus me with disability. Very comfortable at the time. But then when it was all said and done, I still made sure I was on the budget because I didn't have welfare because technically I made too much. Okay. So
Don't you hate that?
so when my daughter wanted something special, I said, okay, you have to do extra chores.
Mm.
You know, you gotta work for it. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
save.
Absolutely.
And so it might take you, I give you half this month and you get half the next month. And I will give her the money and she'll save. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like kids get stuff handed. I seen a video like a couple months back. A child said, I want the new iPhone. The mom said, no, you just got that. Took the phone, said, I don't want it, and threw it in the pool.
What number iPhone they up to now? Because
11.
my kids, Dad, I need 11. Dad, I need 12. Yeah, Dad, I need 32. It
I
didn't come
think
out.
they have
It
the
didn't come
11
out yet.
Pro Max now.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
Pro Max.
that's what I have. That's
Nice,
what I have.
nice, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not getting no. I'm not going to get no teenager that like they drop in and whatnot. No,
Heck no. Heck
but
no.
you have to.
They don't know how to appreciate it.
Right. That's what I mean. And I feel bad because people be like, "Oh, you treat your daughter different." Well, no, all my kids are different, but my boys like, excuse me, my boys. I ask them quick, fast, and hurry. Okay, you at a certain age where you can have name brand. Can you handle name brand? Because if you can't, if you're gonna just run through the mud and stuff, I'm not paying for it. And eventually they were like, "Ma, I think it's time for my first name brand pair of sneakers." Because we were doing Payless for years on Walmart. It's called a
Yeah.
budget and being responsible for your clothes. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm. That is something. It's life journey is something
Yeah.
else. And there's nothing like having kids to change your whole
Oh yeah.
perspective on how you have to. It's one thing having to fend for yourself and figure out how to move your life along. When you got other little lives um, depending on you,
Right.
that's a different level of motivation and a different level of purpose
Absolutely.
that you have. Babe, you are such a motivated mom,
Oh,
and you take care
Oh
of us
yeah.
so well, and there's so many of us.
you think so?
I know so.
that.
There's 9 of them, and they're all intact.
Yeah.
We got 4 made it to 12. I was congratulating Nakia for getting them up to 18. And we got one that's 22.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
the assembly line is moving along.
It is. We
Did you
also
ever
have an
envision that you would be a mother of 9?
No, no, I did
No.
not.
That wasn't your dream as a.
It was not my dream.
It wasn't mine either. So I wonder how we got here. My mother
I know how we
was
got here.
my mother was one of 12.
Oh
My mother
wow.
had 12 children in the
Okay.
Grenada, West Indies. Huge family.
Right.
I'm one of 3. I never figured I would be the one to pick up the mantle. I didn't have that in plan, but somehow
Right.
Maybe it was. It was his
it was in the destiny. I don't know.
destiny. I'm one of 6 myself.
Mhm.
You're one of 3. You know. Like I said, I think God makes the choices, and it's up to us to accept those
Right.
blessings or not. And we just chose to accept all of our blessings.
People don't look at it that way. When people find out how many children we have, they assume that it had to be either our plan collectively or one of us got something over on the other.
No.
Like either I did it to you or you did it to me.
Like somebody
baby.
poking holes in the
Right.
protection.
No, not quite how it
And then
happened.
people ask, "Are you done?" And I say, "Yeah, I think we're done." They're like, "You don't know." It's all
Well,
in
no,
her hands.
I asked that
It's all in
question
her
too.
hands.
It's all in
Because,
God's hands, not in
I mean,
we've given up our reproductive
Right.
responsibility.
because
That's what he's
when we
saying.
first started talking, I think since we found each other, I think almost every time I talked to you, you was like, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, you pregnant again?
Ooh,
So,
Mhm.
because it was about
It's also
3-4 years
sporadically.
now.
throughout the
Yeah,
year.
about 3-4 years now, something like that.
Mhm.
Really?
Like, every
Yeah,
time I
about
check
4
back in
years,
on you.
about 3-4 years. Yeah.
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 So that's why I was like, I mean, because you just be like, woo. I was like,
Mhm.
we go. Because there's not wrong with it. Because I mean, I said to my husband a long time ago, if I could work, I would have been a CNA and I would have had 2 more kids. I just can't work. So I know I can't afford the kids.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, shoot, I can barely afford the ones I got right now. But
Isn't that always the way? Doesn't it always feel that way? Doesn't it
Yeah.
always feel that way?
like something's always wrong and you let somebody shoot on broke or something done broke and yeah.
And now
Like
that we're in quarantine, I think people have us on the clock. They're like waiting. So number 10.
Yeah, which is really silly. I mean, I think we've come to an
Full
age and full circle for our children as well, for our family. I think our family feels absolutely complete.
The baby feels like the
We
baby,
have.
doesn't
She does.
The last
feel
one
like
feels
the
like
baby,
a
and
last
she acts
one.
like the baby.
She
So I
acts like
think
a last
we
one.
are definitely done. Okay. All right.
But don't quote us. Don't hold us. No.
Yeah,
Look,
because I
wants to
said,
know about what now?
I know what you mean, because I said that about right before I had Nicholas, and I told you what happened. One minute I was getting ready to have surgery, and then life hit me, bam, and I had Nicholas. So never say never until you I hate to say do that snip and get the, either snip or get the ties too. Never say never.
I like how she put that. Then life hit me. So next, if it ever happens this again,
Yeah, because I had
tell them life hit you.
Life hit
Tell
us
them
when we
life
got
hit
pregnant
you.
with Olivia. Life hit us. Bow.
That's life's baby.
That's life's baby. And I guess they're all life baby because, like I said, I was just there to have a good time.
Yeah.
Mrs. Baker. Clutch the pearls.
Clutch the pearls. I was just there to have a good time. Okay.
Like I didn't sign up for this. Hey, me either.
Okay, wait.
So
I do have a
we
question.
are happenstance. We are serendipity. We
Yeah,
are Destiny's Child.
We're in Destiny's
I
Child.
do have
Nikki has a question.
Okay, so
Sure, Andy.
here goes the real question. Because for my household, I do a meat about $300 a month, and then I get a big bag of rice from Sam's Club that's like $20. And I hate to say it, we do rice a lot, and then I buy like other sides, like I might get flavored rice, or I flavor the rice, so I do rice in different ways, and then vegetables. So it costs me about $500-600 a month for me.
Right.
How much is your bill? Because
For a
that's
family
what I
of
know
6,
people
you
gonna
pay
ask.
$400 for a family of 6. For a month or a week?
Yeah, about $400 or $500 a month.
Day.
Okay.
Try a weekend.
So we spend about
we gonna
$1,200 a month in groceries.
Really?
Okay.
That's our
So
grocery. That's our grocery
okay, so
bill.
how do you shop
spend
when you
about-
do that
If I
though?
go to Five Guys, I'm spending $89.95.
No.
Like you told me, you talking about the pizza.
What do I buy when we go? I budget
Like
our meals
well-
out for 2 weeks at a time. So I buy 2 weeks at a time when I do my groceries.
No, I
And
mean, do you do like Sam's Club and Walmart? Like, how do you do it?
I do.
We do shop.
We do ShopRite. We do.
I go to Walmart. Guys
we
like
go
buying cheap
BJ's.
stuff.
He loves Walmart. I don't love Walmart.
No,
I
they
like
they meat
Target.
is too high.
I don't
to
buy
me.
any. I try not to get any meat from Walmart if I can help it. I really don't.
Right.
I like to go to ShopRite. I go to BJ's. We do have a Sam's Club out here, but it's a far drive for no reason. So we do shop at BJ's. Where else do we shop? Stop and Shop is up here too. But yeah, we do.
Shop.
The Stop and Shop is like
ShopRite
Save a
has the
Lot,
answer.
right? Stop and Shop is like Save a Lot.
No, Stop and Shop is like Acme.
Okay. I still remember a little bit how Jersey works.
Right.
It's like a high-end Pathmark.
Ridiculous. He's so goofy. He is goofy for no reason. So our grocery bill does get quite large in a month. But
That's
it's
actually
part
pretty
of,
good
when
though.
you think about
Like
it,
the
it's
dog
a
said.
family, a big family, and plus the
Oh
dog.
yeah. Oh my
12
God.
people. That's a
My
lot of
dog
that's a lot
killed
of
me.
mouths to feed.
Oh, you have
My
a dog?
dog killed my budget.
Oh, yeah?
What kind of dog do you have?
A Lhasa Apso.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah. Hold on.
Shaggy dog.
Amber, come here. Come here, Amber.
But it definitely
Amber.
Amber. It's a beautiful name.
Where's she at? Where's Amber?
Where is Amber?
Okay.
and
She's
she said
underneath
she
me.
went to bed.
She's underneath me, hiding.
Oh,
Give me a bacon treat or something. Or can
she's
you
in
get
the
her out?
background.
Yeah, she's oh my God. Because I have no more kids, so she
Tell her
is
to come
my.
on to the live stream.
advocate.
Tell Amber to come on to the live stream. Amber. Amber.
She might bark, so I'm not gonna be able to keep her too long. Come here, Shaboos. Come here.
Oh.
Oh, hi,
Oh,
baby.
it's doggy
Oh,
time. Bowser.
It's very cute.
Bowser,
hi,
come here.
cutie.
Bring her. Now we gotta bring her out.
Amber.
You went
He's
Bowser
like,
for real.
wait, what's
Come here,
going on?
Bowser. Come on, no. Now we showing
Bowser
off.
is a really,
Now we showing off dogs.
he's not
I
a
think about
lap dog.
adorable.
Your big puffer fleur. Your big
Oh
puppy.
yeah,
Here you go. Here you go. Here he is. Here he is.
Oh my goodness.
Bowser, say hi to the people. Say hi to the people.
but you think she's small. My boo boo
Hey,
small.
Mr. Kit
Oh.
You called him.
Aw.
There he is. There's Bowser.
Yeah, it's here.
Bowser, look at Amber.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah,
This is like
she's
the
small.
old Tonight Show.
Thank you, baby.
They're bringing on
She's about
animals.
she's gonna bite
Thank you,
you.
baby.
No. Okay.
Bring out
Thank
the
you,
cockatoo
baby.
now. Bring out the
Oh
cockatoo.
my goodness. Let's
I had- wait.
not.
I got something funny.
And his name is Fred. No,
It's not.
I'm making
I had birds, but I had this one bird that was mean and killed the other bird.
We have gone
You
off
did.
the rails. We have so gone off the rails. We are now a dog and animal show. I love it. I love it. Joanna, do you have any animals to introduce? Do you have a cookie,
sorry?
perhaps? Do you have any animals to introduce to the live stream? Do you have a cookie?
No, mine passed away in January.
Oh.
It was a little hairy chihuahua.
Oh.
Oh, we do have a cat.
May you rest
We do
peace.
have a
Oh, yes,
kitten.
Mimi.
Mimi is downstairs. She's
Oh, she has cats
We
too.
do
That's
have a
right.
cat. That's correct.
Yeah.
The one that
We
hides
are
down
cat
below.
and dog people.
Our eldest is a cat lady.
Yes,
She's a
we
crazy
are cat
cat
and
lady.
dog people. No, don't say that. That's Pam, no mind. We are cat and dog people. No.
We got all kinds.
No, the pets over here in Puerto Rico are the lizards that keep popping up, and my mom getting half scared of them.
Giggles.
The little lizards and the bigger lizards, which I don't mind, but my mom does.
Oh my goodness.
Growing up with such exotic animals.
Did you think that growing up that you would be a father of so many?
No way.
Mm.
I wanted to have 3 children. 3 because I'm one of 3, but also I wanted the experience of raising both genders of children. So I wanted at least one boy and one girl, and I figured 3 gave me a good shot at that. Now, my math might have been all wrong because we ended up having a run of girls. So I could have been that guy with 3 girls, and that would have been just.
We ended up.
We ended up with a balanced group.
I know what you mean. Because I was trying for another girl, and after Nicholas, I was like,
That never works. Trying for whatever it is you want.
I read an article today. A lady
Yeah,
who
it
had
works.
7 boys. She kept going till she
Kept
had
going.
that 8th girl, and she really
That's
did
like
it. She did it.
that's like pulling the slot machine
was
at
like,
one
wow.
with your last quarter. Like no, just walk
Eight-
away. Just leave
First
the
of all-
casino. Just walk away. Just
Yeah.
walk away.
After 7 boys, the fact that she still had it
If
in her.
we
I
had
was-
another
I
kid
was
right
surprised.
now, it'd be a girl.
well, wait a minute.
We
Yeah,
have
another
3 boys and we have 6 girls.
Yeah.
Ran the table.
Yeah,
Ran the
so
table.
it was a girl, 3 boys.
I haven't made
5 girls.
I haven't made a boy since 2005 was it? 1907. I think it
Liz, she
was.
still has children together.
Start talking like the old people.
Oh my
I ain't
goodness.
made a boy since, man, I think it was rainy season last
You
time.
can't say you didn't try. You can't say he didn't try.
Said it right.
He tried. It just didn't work out. He gets a grade for effort.
But
That
the trying
difference.
is the easy part.
That it sort of is. I guess it could be effortlessly, but that's the thing. So, what do you think now about yourself? Even though you didn't see yourself, did you see yourself having a bigger family as you do, Nakia? Did you
Actually, you
see
want to hear
yourself?
something funny? I wasn't sure about having kids. I wasn't
Mm.
sure because of my speech. And then I learned differently than others. I did not want to put that on my kids. And then I have a condition. I didn't want it to be put onto my kids. But my mom started getting sick, and I said I was not gonna at least not have her have at least one grandchild. And then next thing I know, I wound up being pregnant, and I missed my period. Something, even I wasn't. Matter of fact, I had Depo. Let me tell you, I got Depo once, and
Mm.
that stayed in my system for a year and a half.
Oh
And
wow, that
then
is.
right, and something you said, I just don't feel right,
Mm-hmm.
because I would still cry, but I would never have So anyway, um, I just didn't feel right, and I said, I think I'm pregnant. I really did. And I had the talk with my husband, and I said, listen, I said, you need to let me know because I don't want to have a kid by myself. I don't want to do this. And basically, once I had that conversation, I found out I was 100% because I took a pregnancy test.
So, what made
But
you
you don't
overcome your
want it to say
fear?
you are. It's
What made you overcome your
my
fear of
mother.
not wanting to? Nice,
Mm.
very nice.
Now,
Mother. Yeah, my
what
mother.
role did what role did mom play in this
My mother was
decision?
dying cirrhosis of the liver.
So
Mm.
you gained the courage to say, I wanted to make you a grandmother before
Oh,
this, and
wow.
that was a
Right.
blessing. That's
Well, because of
wonderful.
the depot. Because of the depot, I didn't want to put no more um chemicals in my body. So I said
Mm.
to him, the talk, if I wind up being pregnant, are you gonna be there? I don't want to have no absent father. I don't want to do the whole above. And then couple months later, like I said, I had that feeling and I wound up finding I was pregnant.
Oh
Mm.
wow,
And then I told my mother, I said, I'm having a girl. I said, I'm
Life
having a
moves in
girl. I didn't even
mysterious
know what I
ways.
was having.
Mm.
blessings,
Mm.
blessings, blessings. So I'm glad
Yeah.
that she got to experience that before going home. So that's a
Yeah.
wonderful blessing.
Mm.
And
That's
she
a
was in
wonderful
the
blessing.
hospital with me, fussing them out the whole time.
I'm sure. I'm
Aw,
sure. How about you? How do you
Mm.
feel
God
now
bless.
that you have such a big family? How does that
That is
translate
such a
to
great.
how you see yourself now? Because
That is such
before
a
you
great
said you
question.
saw yourself only having three.
That's a great question because sometimes
Yeah.
when things don't go according to our plans, we tend to have like a lesser or a negative view on ourselves in some way. I feel just the opposite. I feel like I will never be forgotten now.
Right.
My name will be forever spoken
Right.
by grandkids and grandkids of grandkids, and
Mhm.
even if even the people that just know that's the guy who had 9 kids and took care of all of them.
Yeah.
I'm going in the Hall of Fame.
But yeah, because I actually,
That's how I
I
feel.
think I mentioned it, and I'm not sure, but I was really no, I did mention it, but I didn't say to Ivy. I said to my husband, I said I have to give it to both of them. That it's not many families that have past 3 or 4 that have big families that the father sticks around,
Mm.
and supports, and doesn't have like a girlfriend on the side or whatever. I was like, I have to give him props because both of them, because with our household being the way it is structured, I was like, awesome, because the generation gap is just all messed up.
Yeah.
Where would I go? There's 9 of them. They'll find me. They
They
will
will
find me.
find you. They will find. There's a low jack on him. He just doesn't know it yet. But they will find him. Oh my goodness. I think after having so many children, I don't think I've learned so many things about myself that I didn't know as a
Right,
younger me. That I could be as patient or as tolerant or as
right,
nurturing as I
There's
could
so
be.
much love
I knew I
inside you.
was a caregiver by by birth. You know, I felt always the need to care over someone or something. But becoming a mother is just a whole different cup of tea, and it takes a whole lot. I do appreciate everyone who helps in the village to keep the family together, and that also helps with the children. I appreciate all that because we're all necessary to helping that family grow. So I do appreciate everyone that
Shout
comes
out to the
into that.
village.
Yes,
Wherever you
absolutely.
may be.
Hey, we got some village here, but
There
it
it is
is
right there.
it is definitely different. Like I said, I think as they grow and as I watch
It's a
them grow,
life
I
sentence.
want to hold on to them
You know,
more.
it also has made me see her in a different light. So this is a person that now I have done something tremendous with. This is like if you know, she and I painted the Sistine Chapel. We built the Empire State Building together. That's not just a regular partnership. So I can't look at this. No one else who I could look at in the same way as I look at this woman. It's like, even if someone came along and I left, went crazy, and had 3 kids somewhere else, it's like I could never look at any other person the way I look at this person. Like, wow, we're going on Mount Rushmore together. It's like Jordan and Pippen here. It's like Jordan and Pippen. Like, we won like 6 championships together, man. What else?
Right. My husband said that to me. He said something like that to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was a while ago. I just kept, for some reason, every so often I would get sick and I would have a high fever. And I would still get up out of the bed and go check on the kids and be like, look, I'll be looking like this. I'm like, look, I can't function. I'm like really about to pass out. But this is what I need you to do. I need you at 4 or 5 o'clock. I need you to season the chicken. And I take out the seasoning, lay in my, I said, put this in at 5 o'clock, put on 400. And then I want you to put a timer on for an hour and a half. Put it on your phone, hour and a half. Make rice an hour into it because it takes about 30 minutes. And then right before that's done, about 10 minutes later, make a vegetable. And then I set there and set an alarm for me to get up at that time at an hour and a half to make sure everything's done. But while I'm up, I'm making sure, hey, y'all got milk, you got everything you need. You know what I mean? And I'm having a fever like 102, 103, like I'm having a fever, And then my husband's at work and he's calling me every hour. Are you okay? Do I really need to come home? I'm like, nah. Said I got the kids every so often coming in the room, give me ice pack. You know what I'm saying? And then he's bowing down because as soon as he walks in the door, he takes a shower and then he's taking care of me. And he's like, I don't know how you do because every time I get sick, I'm calling the bed acting like I'm dead, But he says to me, I don't know how you do it. As a wife and a mother, I don't know how you take care of this whole household.
Yeah, it is amazing that we you have to being a mom, you do have to take care of them when you're sick, when you're not well, and the house does have to help you out too, even when I'm not 100%. Everybody chips in around here and make sure things get done to the best of their abilities. So that it's just part of being a family together, I guess.
Well,
Nakia, how long have you been married to your husband?
That's the question is how long I've been together.
Okay, how long have you guys been together?
Wait, hold on. 21, so about 22 years. But I'm only been married for 13 years. No, excuse me, 11 and a half years.
Beautiful. That's so nice.
The reason why I didn't get married at first is because when my mom passed, I went in deep depression. So I didn't get out of it until I had Nicholas. I had somebody wake me and shake me up and said, Nakia, you're always up and down. What's going on with you? And I went to go see a psychiatrist and get out of that funk and found out what was going on with me.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good because
Oh.
taking care of your mental health is very important. And
Yeah.
I
Yes.
did a show on that not too long ago, and hopefully people tune into that. And mental health is very
What's the
important
name
in
of it?
staying.
Give them the name
Yes.
of the.
Yeah, y'all plug it somewhere.
program
Plug
where
it
you.
somewhere so you can look at it.
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay,
It is.
what's the name of the
The
show?
promos on my channel. It's on my Facebook page, guys. If you want to see it, community-based solutions, and it's
Community-based
on
solutions. Shout out to community-based solutions.
mental health, and where we with therapists and everybody, and we're talking about how to promote it in the Black community. Not enough people take it seriously enough to
Oh,
make
they
sure. So you
failed.
did an awesome job to. Yeah, they did. They do. They really do get scared, and that doesn't
'Cause
help
I,
anything. You gotta reach out, ask
I
ask
was
questions,
scared
get
that
help.
if I told the truth, my kids would be taken. To be honest.
Hmm.
And it's actually the opposite way. If you don't get help, then
Yeah.
the kids get taken, because
Yeah.
then you don't have the ability to care for them. So reaching out and asking for help, you do not get punished for that.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of negative ideas about that, but it is absolutely the opposite way. By not getting help, by doing more unhealthy behavior and unhealthy things, is when the kids get taken, not when asking for help. So people
Very important clarification. And when you have a lot of children, one of the important things is taking care of yourself.
yes,
I sometimes
Oh,
tell
yeah.
you, you're in an airplane, if something happens, put on your mask first before you
Right.
can help anybody else. Kids are definitely those that you want to help, and you're inclined to take care of themselves first. But if you're not taking care of you, and you're not there to be able to take care of them, then by extension,
yeah.
that's how we fail them, by not taking care of ourselves. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you
Right.
both for being excellent guests.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna wrap up on this Friday
problem.
evening. Um,
No
and
problem.
we're gonna do
Nice
this again
meeting you,
soon.
Nakia.
Same here. I hope to
Thanks to
see
meet.
you
Good to
again.
meet you, Nakia.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Me
Thank
Good
you,
to see
too.
you,
guys.
JoJo.
Take care. Good night.
All right.
God bless you both, all you
Same
guys.
here. Take
Okay,
care.
take care.
All right.